Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Robin Elander. I'm the Executive Director for Downtown Santa Barbara. We are here doing our Business Spotlight, which is a ongoing show highlighting our different businesses downtown and happenings around the area. I'm going to hand it over to our co-host, Richelle from The Independent, to say hello and introduce as well.
Hi, everyone. Yes, my name is Richelle Boyd. I'm the Marketing and Promotions Administrator for The Independent. And yeah, we love to join in on this and again, just highlight more of our downtown businesses and get to know people who are in the area and see what's going on around town.
So today we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving. Can you believe it's that time of year? We have two incredible business owners, some of our tastiest restaurants downtown. I'm going to first hand it over to Mitchell to introduce yourself and share a little bit about Bouchon.
Sure. Well, thanks so much for inviting us. It does seem that it really snuck up quickly, especially
Right.
considering it's the last Thursday of the month and it's very late in the month. So what that tells me is Christmas is going to be around the corner and come even faster.
Crazy.
So, hold on tight. Um, my name is Mitchell Sjerven, as you mentioned. I own Bouchon Santa Barbara, which is located on West Victoria Street in downtown. We're the terminus of the promenade. Once it gets up and going, we feel that we're in the heart of the arts district. And so we have the benefit of being nearby all the great theater and art venues that the part of our State Street / Victoria Street area has to offer. We opened in 1998, and I believe I was the first restaurant to self-identify as a wine country cuisine restaurant. And the reason I settled on it was because the burgeoning wine industry was just getting rolling about then in 1998. And it really made a lot of sense to me to really focus on the local product, not just our farmers market, our fish from the channel, of course, but all the great local wines we were producing. And a lot of those luminaries now have gone on to become quite famous in the wine world. It's been fun to watch them, grow and expand and see our wine country go from 8 wineries when I moved here to go to UCSB in 1984 to over 300 now. So it really is quite an amazing ride that we've been on. So I love that part. It's really been the focus of the restaurant since the very beginning. We were open nightly at 5 p.m. every night. We used to close on Super Bowl Sunday way back in the day as the one day off for people to rest, because if you think about the dead day in fine dining, it would definitely be Super Bowl Sunday, because whether you like football or not, you're at a Super Bowl party. But then Santa Barbara Film Festival switched their schedule, and now the festival tends to overlap with Valentine's Day and now Super Bowl being later in February. So we tend to be open all year round.
Wow. Well,
which
that's
is great.
so incredible.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well, I imagine there's quite a lot of people who would actually thoroughly like to avoid the Super Bowl and have a fine dining experience with you instead of that. So I'm sure that's like a loving day for many people.
It did work, as you suggested. The last 2 years have been that, where the film fest overlapped, and so we were open. And in fact, I want to say 2 years ago, that was closing night ceremonies for film festival.
Oh, that's right.
That's a pretty ambitious agenda if you're Roger Durling competing with the Super Bowl. But we did have a lot of people, as you mentioned, going,
so there's that.
We don't want anything to do with that. We're happy to be out to dinner.
Well, beautiful. We're going to come right back to you, Mitchell. Say hello over here to Ruben Perez with the Black Sheep. Welcome. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing really good.
Awesome.
Tell us a little bit about the Black Sheep. It's such a cool space, such a cool restaurant. How did you get it started, and what can people expect if they come on over and enjoy?
Yeah, definitely. Well, first off, my respect and love with Mitchell over here. One of the reasons why I was able to come to Santa Barbara with my dad back in 2010. And I have him to thank for what I have in my life now with my beautiful wife, who's native here, and now my 2 kids. Wouldn't have been possible unless it was for Mitchell when I took over a Seagrass restaurant, which was really cool. But
Wow, love the Mutual Adoration Society here.
yeah, well, funny enough, this is our second time doing this, and the last time we got partnered up together. So it feels like home. It feels natural, which is really cool. But I've been in the business for but man, coming up on 24 years now, which is crazy. And Black Sheep is we had our 10-year anniversary in May, so and crazy because it feels like it just happened. We're almost back on 11 years now. But we actually moved locations, so we're in a new location now. We're at downtown Santa Barbara, 18 East Coda Street. We took over the old. Oh, that's awesome. We took over the old Musso Deal location, which was also known as Cafe Luck at one time, Globe, Cava, Pan, Middle Child, Venus and Furs, Barb's Pies. And now, for the last coming up on 2 years now, we've been here. And it's great. This has been my favorite location in town for, I mean, before I moved here. Um, and feel really grateful. My wife did the interior decorating on this place, and it feels as much love as I had for the old location. It was definitely, it came with its challenges and ups and downs, and great to be able to establish ourselves. But we're so excited to be in this new location now, and we're like Mitchell. We're open on all the holidays, which is what we love to do. We really feel grateful that we have a place, that people have a place that they're able to eat on the holidays, and we're able to orchestrate this beautiful meal for people. So we're excited about the holidays, and yeah, it's kind of where we're at right now.
Well, speaking of the holidays, we are approaching Thanksgiving here. So, do you still have space available at either of your restaurants, and what kind of offering are you having?
Well, we were excited about the opportunity to speak today, but it would have been great if we'd had this conversation in September
I bet.
when we sold out. So we've got people who've been coming for 10, 20 plus years, and some of them just amazing, amazing families and clients. It's really a locals night, contrary to popular belief. Sure, there are travelers and they don't bring their oven with them to roast a turkey, so they need to go out. But a lot of our local families have made it a tradition for them to go out and gather. And of course, we absolutely love that. We've got the private dining room. We've got the ability to do parties of 8, 10, 12 in the restaurant. And so sadly, we're sold out. And I would use that as an opportunity to say, we've got a couple left for Christmas Eve and for Christmas and for New Year's Eve. And planning ahead in Santa Barbara, I'm guilty of it too. I know. Where do you want to go to dinner tonight, honey? Is probably, the most frequent advanced planning we ever do. But we are nearly sold out for all those holidays as well. So, hop on the internet at bouchon SB for Santa Barbara.com and make a reservation before you call me a week before and say, is it too early to make a reservation? We're planning ahead.
Wonderful. So smart. And yeah, there's so many. These two restaurants are some of our best restaurants downtown, and there are so many others that are also hosting Thanksgiving. So there's a plethora of options. And what about you, Ruben? Do you tell us what you're planning to do for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, definitely. Well, just like Mitchell, I wish we would have had this Zoom a couple weeks ago, but we're pretty much at capacity now. But within light of the rainstorm that might be coming next week, I'm on the market to lease another restaurant so we could fill some people, because we'll be losing our patio, it seems like. So we may have more space. We'll see what happens. But we're doing a really beautiful. I'm from Europe originally, and family style dining is one of our favorites. Kind of way to interact at the table, have fun, good communication. And so we do that with all of our holidays. We do a family style dining experience where you don't have to pick. You get a ton of food. You're going to end up with about 7 different dishes that you get to share family style. Thanksgiving is going to be, along with Christmas, is the 3-course menu for $85. And there's going to be seafood, turkey options, or classic turkey entree. We'll have meat, we'll have vegetarian. We also cook fully vegan, vegetarian on request, which is really great. We also like to cook for the little kiddos, so we have a nice little kids menu that we offer as well. And then pretty similar on that as far as Christmas goes, 3-course menu as well, served family style. We tend to take out the turkey and replace that with a beautiful, some kind of prime rib or beef Wellington. And then I'm a little bit undecided where we're going to go with New Year's. It's the one that I always battle with. For me, it's the end of the year, and I don't set a New Year's resolution, but I like to hit it as that big reset button. And so New Year's is really special to me. just kind of whatever wasn't working in this year. You get to reset and on January 1st, reattack and set your mind, your manifestations, and see what happens for the following year. So along with that, we're every year leading up to it, we're like, man, what should we do? 3 course, 4 course, 5 course, 10 courses. So we're still a little bit undecided right now. I know Chef is in the back working, trying to put some menus together, but probably expect somewhere along the lines of a 3 to 5 courses somewhere in there. And we like to just have a big party. Unfortunately, the restaurant's not big enough for live music, but we got plenty of fun music and beautiful party favors. And people are always welcome to bring in the new year with us, stay until midnight. So we always usually have a pretty good crowd to ring the bell and have some beautiful champagne and have some fun. So holidays are great, and we're really looking forward to it.
Well, I love all of these holiday festive options. It's definitely starting to feel like not only that time of year, but now that there may be some rains coming here in the next little bit, that, everybody in Santa Barbara gets into cozy mode. And like, that's when you can start really going into some of these businesses and just kind of thoroughly enjoy. Not that you can't all year round, but this is when I feel like our community loves that extra, like I'm in my sweater, mode. And as we're thinking about all of that, tell us, if you could share a little bit, both of you, what kinds of things on a non-holiday can people expect? You have these specialty wines, locally sourced food. If you can just kind of go into a little bit more of, this repertoire of yumminess that this culinary experience that you both have created for our community and beyond. Mitchell, do you want to go first? Just share a
Sure.
little bit more background about
Yeah.
what people
As you
have
mentioned,
known to
it's the
expect.
exciting part. And as I thought Ruben so adroitly mentioned, the reset button, that happens on a regular basis for us because we think of our menu as competitive. And so over the years, there's this version of a duck dish, that version of a duck dish, chicken, steak, whatever the dish may be. And then you, as a chef, want to change it and bring in new ingredients and seasonally adapt it. But ultimately, we think of it as a competitive environment. So we look at it and say, what did the new version do versus the old version? How did guests react to it? How are we doing? Are we going in the right direction? And the most difficult choice we faced in the last 4 years, and I'm including COVID in that, and I'm maybe shouldn't admit this publicly because I know Ruben's going to capitalize on this, but we added a steak feet to the menu, and because we don't have a fryer, we adapted the potato, but essentially a steak au poivre, so a pepper-based filet mignon that was off the charts popular. It was with our Bastille Day. That's our birthday. We opened on July 14th, 1998. And so it came with potato gratin and haricot vert, classic French preparation. And as we roll into the cooler weather, as Robin just mentioned, we want to bring back a braised dish. At some point you have to keep your menu to a limited number of items. You can't just keep adding, as Ruben would attest. So there had to be a choice made, a difficult choice made. And so between the ribeye and the filet mignon, the decision was made to eliminate the filet mignon, and we're going to have a mutiny on board because that's happening today. Live news break. And instead, in its place is coming a braised pork shank. And I think most of our guests are going to be cool with that. They're going to get that. We still have a steak option, so it's not like we took that away. But that's kind of the fun of the menu for the chef. They want to be able to go to the menu and say, okay, what I'm going to change now for the farmer's market produce that's coming in, the season we're rolling into. And that's what keeps things kind of fresh and exciting for the kitchen crew. So that part is really, really fun. And then to your question about specific things, our most kind of exciting aspect of being in Santa Barbara and enjoying it is that we offer a foodie stroll, as we call it, or a tour of the farmer's market. We limit it to 6 guests every Tuesday and every Saturday. So it's the Tuesday afternoon farmer's market, Mid-State Street, lower Mid-State Street. And then the Saturday farmer's market, which is really exciting for us now because it's 2 blocks away. And we can walk to both of them. Chef's got his cart, and Maya, who's featured on our Santa Barbara Chamber of Commerce website that shows her as our not only scholarship recipient, but an up-and-coming star. The two of them will take up to 6 guests to the market, help choose the produce, meet the farmers, taste the fare, and then plan your menu with the chef, and then come back that evening for dinner. And it's a 3-course menu. Myself or one of my managers or sommelier will pick local wines to go with each of the courses, and then we have a printed menu at your table when you arrive. So that's been a really, really successful concept for us to focus on, what's local, what's fresh, and get people involved and excited about the cuisine locally.
Thank you for sharing all of that. What would you share about that? How would you, what kinds of additional things can people expect on your menu as you're, telling people about what is kind of that special experience that's non-holiday that people can enjoy?
For me?
Yes, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, well, just kind of like what Mitchell talked about. First off, changing menus quite a bit right now to really combat also the rising food costs. We got to be really on our game right now to continuously be shopping, looking,
Right.
trying to figure out, because vendors are leaving out the one note is where you'll be ordering something and all of a sudden they won't tell you that they're changing the price, and it'll go up $10 without notice. So it's actually been really fun, scary for the first year, and finally now starting to combat the rising food cost. It's just like a big puzzle piece at this point, but it's also just in our nature to continuously be changing the menu. It's definitely static, so changing seasonally with what's in season, what's sustainable, what's going on. So you got that, and then we're continuously changing within those seasons, bouncing things back and forth, and trying to stay fresh and relevant, which is really cool. You guys might want to take a pen and paper for the specials that we do on a weekly basis, but you can also always visit our website, which is blacksheepsb.com, and we have a calendar of everything that we do throughout the weekend. When we created these specials, they were geared for the locals, which has always been my premise as far as the restaurant that I've wanted. We want to build something for the locals to enjoy, and the tourists just end up seeming to follow in after that as well. And so these specials were really kind of based around that to create some value, along with changing the menu. Unfortunately, prices on my menu have gotten a little bit more expensive. So we try to figure out things that we can do throughout the week to make it that it doesn't have to be a special occasion restaurant. So one of the big things that's been really popular, and it's our apéro menu, which basically translates into, early meal, or the French would be down by the river enjoying a charcuterie and a bottle of wine. We've made it a little bit more elaborate into a 3-course menu that is a full meal, and it's $41. And basically, it is you get a choice of 2 appetizers. You got 3 entrees, which are our coq au vin, braised chicken leg and thigh, really beautiful, nice and tender, with a parsnip puree and roasted root vegetables, and just a splash of bacon in there, because bacon and pork, chicken and pork go really well together. And we also have our hand-rolled cavatelli, which is like gnocchi, but done with ricotta cheese, flour, and eggs instead of potato, flour, and eggs. Little light, fluffy dumplings of love with little mixed wild mushrooms and a pork cream sauce, a little sexy truffle oil on top. And then you also have a choice of our play on a stroganoff. We do a braised short rib stroganoff. Rather than this big, hearty, pasty style cream sauce, we make a little more velvety cream sauce. So we take a braising jus, mount it with a hint of yogurt, kind of reduce it down, drizzle it over the braised meat. That tastes almost like a beef bourguignon, so you can really get that red wine on the back note. And then a little torchette pasta that's cooked a little past al dente for a soft little chew pasta, drizzled with a little olive oil, and some beautiful slow cooked broccolini or green beans, whatever we got right now. And then like this really beautiful kind of citrus mole herb sauce right on top. And then it comes also with 2 different dessert options, and that's $41, which is really cool. And it's 20% off all the wine. And we do that every day from 5 to 6 o'clock, which is our happy hour. We also started with the cooler weather. We do endless moule frites on Wednesdays, which is becoming really popular. And so we use local Hope Ranch mussels, change the broth up every week. We start off with a kind of a 1/4 pound and a big old handful of mussel or French fries. And we'll just kind of keep that coming as much as you want. I had some people go through 5 portions the other day, and I was like, I could eat with you guys. But you're gonna first, yeah, good job. You're gonna take your picture, it goes up on the wall.
That's right.
It is a 3-course menus as well. So it is on Wednesdays. You start with a soup or a salad, or as I like to say, a salad or a soup. So it's not a super salad. Then you have the mussels unlimited, and then 2 different desserts, and that's $55. And along with that, we also do, and that runs all night. And then along with that, we also have bottles of wine specials. We typically have 2 a night. That is a bottle of wine for $39. Like right now, we have a really beautiful Provence rosé called Vin de Clair, just really crisp, beautiful, dry with a little minerality to it. And then we also try to do like a little Chardonnay and sometimes throw in a red wine in there. So it's pretty nice value wine, $39. And then on Thursdays, we do cassoulet, which I like to refer to as the French version of beans and franks. So we got this beautiful duck confit that's been slow cooked. It has been cured with just a little bit of anise, so like a little licorice on the flavor, almost like French carnitas with a crispy skin, white bean ragu with a little herb panko for a little texture, and then a little Marquise lamb sausage to add a little spice, a little zest, a little firmness in contrast to the succulent duck over there. And then the big one that I love, just I'm a big tasting menu person. If there's ever a tasting menu, I don't want to look at the menu, drop it down, wine pairing, let's just do this thing. Let's see what the kitchen can do. And we do a tasting menu every day of the week. It's called the Chef's Family Style Menu. Normally it's $75. It's 4 courses by structure, but you get 9 different plates of food. Starts off with an amuse-bouche to get your palate excited, and we do 2 dishes per course. So you get so much variety. Again, we can do that vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, but if you don't have any restrictions, we cook a little bit of everything. But on Sundays, we call it Sunday supper, and we do that same menu, except it's a complete surprise. We don't tell you what you're doing, and it's $55 a person.
Deal.
It's one of the best deals in town, and it is a fun way. And because it's kind of our day to test things out. And so half the stuff, if not a little bit more, is gonna be stuff that's not on the menu, and then the other half will be filled in with some of our house favorites. And that one is kind of a nice way to wind down the weekend, get some comfort food, and then go home and how do kids say, Netflix and chill?
Different, but yes.
Okay.
I suggest next time we do this program, we have it with food
I was just gonna
and
say.
do everything Ruben just said.
My palate is officially excited as he shared. And
I'm not usually hungry at 12:30, but right now I'm
know.
like, okay, I'll take it.
I
Just bring
want
it.
my glass of wine. I want to taste some things, and I should not be in the office. I should be business.
Let's go meet for lunch. I'm down.
Yes, absolutely. Well, those are some incredible offerings. And if the community has not partaken in either of these businesses or either of these various tasting options, like you're seriously missing out. Should people plan to be making reservations for those different experiences that you just mentioned, whether it's happy hour or etc., what would you suggest, Ruben?
Well, I'm giving you guys my bat line right now, which is what I like to refer to it. You can always make a reservation, or you can call me on my cell phone.
Well,
805-319-2498. Now you have a friend in me. So if you can't get a reservation, call me. I got you.
Watch out. This is very public, so I'm excited to see what happens.
I love it, and I back it. Like Mitchell, I use Open Table. It's the best. It's the easiest to go. If you don't prefer to talk to anybody, you can go right onto our website and book easily online, which is great.
Wow, well, super exciting. Those are really cool offerings. I love the Sunday supper. I love these just different, unique days of the week that you can try something else. Like you're coming with friends, you might be meeting new people along the way. And that's just a really great way to not only experience what this, farm to table aspect of what our community has. You both take really significant advantage of those local offerings and bring it into your tasting profiles, and it's really special. And that's why you're both, some of the most successful businesses in town, and, people really want to experience that. So I also saw, I believe, Ruben, there's something else you're scheming up. Is that correct?
Liquor license. It's been a long time in the works, and we are getting a liquor license, which we're really excited about. We've always done kind of low proof cocktails, and it's fine. Most restaurants, I don't feel like you always have to have a liquor license, but the thing with this restaurant is that this bar that we have here has to have a liquor license. I mean, you look at it, you think martinis, and we found somebody who believes in the concept, because they're quite expensive out there right now, and it doesn't look like they're releasing any more anytime soon. And we had somebody who believes in us and what my team is doing here, and we're so grateful that they're infusing it into the business. And we are so grateful and excited, also a little scared, because it's a new branch for me. I have been doing this for a long time, but do not have a lot of experience as far as maintaining running a bar. But my beautiful wife does, and we've got a great team and people who are really excited to kind of lead that part of the restaurant, which is really cool. And we are doing a little bit of a marketing campaign and gift certificate sales. So if anybody's interested, you can always visit our website. We've got a really great promotion going on right now throughout the holidays, to kind of help towards the liquor license, because like I said, it is expensive, but we're really excited to be growing and kind of getting to the next level, which, it's fun to be in this business for as long as Mitchell and I have, to always be learning something new and pushing yourself. It's what draws me to this line of work and to be in this life, which is really cool and exciting.
Well, I'm so happy for you. That's exciting. It sounds like you've really been, moving and shaking all the things, like always being creative. And then this is another new creative side to the whole story. So excited for you to see what comes and, all of the things coming up. And for folks who just happen to not know exactly where you're located, what is your address, Ruben?
18 East Cota Street, COTA Street, downtown
Okay.
Santa Barbara. We're right next to Palace Grill, right down the street from Joe's.
That's right. And then Mitchell, I'm going to share a little bit about some things that are happening in the Arts District, and you're welcome to do the same. But where exactly is your location, just in case people have not been there before?
We're at 9 West Victoria Street. Our cross street is State Street, so we're just on the west side of State Street. If people know the Santa Barbara Public Market, we're between State Street and Chapala, where they're located.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for sharing about some of the background, what's coming up. I'm going to hand it over to Richelle. Share a little bit about what's happening with the Independent, anything that's coming up for you.
Yeah, well, we've had lots of great things going on, always super busy, lots of projects. Our next big one that you can be on the lookout for next week is going to be our Local Heroes edition. So our annual Local Heroes list will be coming out, so be on the lookout for that. And then the following week, once we're back from Thanksgiving, we're going to have our gift guide. So that way you can figure out where to shop all around town and see who you're going to be getting gifts for and figure out who you're buying and what you're buying and who for.
Beautiful. Well, I'm excited to share some of our holiday plans. We are doing a few new things this year, which we're super excited about. We are doing our annual holiday tree lighting, which is going to be right outside the Arlington. And the tree is actually going to be, for those who are listening live right now, it's going to be installed this upcoming Monday, the 25th. So that's a whole production in case you just are interested in seeing it happen. We truck in a tree, and then we're also going to be holding on to some of the pieces of the tree, so to make wreaths for the community. So if you're interested in that, you can join us at the holiday tree lighting on the 6th. That's from 5 to 7 p.m. Like I said, right outside of the Arlington. We'll have live music. We will have all kinds of performances. And that's also where you can make those free wreaths made specifically from the downtown tree. And that's kind of a new tradition that we've been starting in the last 2 years. In addition, this year we are hosting a holiday spirits party. I can't see it because you've got that filter on.
I know.
But if you turn the filter off for a second, we'll be able to see
see
it.
it.
Won't do it. There. I promise. There it is.
Nice.
There's the
That was
tree.
so
Yes.
fun. Can't
So
wait.
In addition to that, we have quite a lot of other happenings, and one is our holiday spirits party. We are renting out the back of the Libero Theater, so that really cool space behind. We have live music, and we're going to have some specialty cocktails and also food from many different restaurants downtown. So this is going to be a new offering this year. Tickets are $45, and we'd love for you to plan to attend. It's really just a great way to highlight our downtown community and just connect for the season. So that's another thing. We also will be having caroling from local high schools and local organizations several times throughout the month, as well as some high school marching bands. So we're very excited about that. It's not a full-on parade, but it is a way to really strike up the energy downtown. So that will be happening the second week of December. We also have two major bands performing. One is the Primetime Band, and that's going to be on the steps of the Museum of Art, along with some candlelight, and it's really special. And then also the Santa Barbara Brass Band will be part of its SBCC's band, which will be in the Stork Placida. So find out all of these happenings on our website at downtownsb.org. You will also find a curated list of other happenings that are happening with different organizations or businesses downtown, as well as what's happening for Small Business Saturday. So that is also coming up. As you probably know, it's the day after Black Friday, and there are many different specials or perks or just offerings that small businesses are doing. And it's never been more important to continue to support small businesses like these that we're learning from today, and are more than almost probably 500. Richelle, how many people have we interviewed over the last couple of years? This has been a really fun
So
opportunity
many, such
to
a
get
great
to know folks.
series.
And so if you're curious to learn more people's stories and really hear either how they pivoted during the pandemic or are growing their business, you can check out all of those on our website and learn about all the things that are happening downtown in the near future. So another way to just keep on tabs is to make sure you're following our Instagram page at Downtown Santa Barbara. And for any businesses that are listening, that's a good place for them to tag or share, and we'll continue to promote all the things that you all are doing. So I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you all around downtown. Stay warm in the next few days as the rains come, and we're going to have some fun. We'll see you guys soon.
Thanks very much. Take
All right,
care.
thank you.
Happy
Bye-bye.
holidays.
Everyone, happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays.